What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Pokey Office. My name is Colin. Today, I want to talk about rip and ship and the cost of getting started with that. And it's a little bit flexible because do you start with no audience, or when I started my rip and ship on the Pokey Office, I already had a little bit of an audience. People were starting to request it, so I kind of knew that that was where things were heading. If you're starting right from scratch, it's going to be like, well, you could have to choose your platform. You have to get your computer set up. Like, there's lots of different things. So that's all we're going to cover. Let's actually start with the hardware requirements, because in order to make videos and to live stream, first you need a good internet connection, which I know is pretty standard these days. But I mean, I've had internet problems. I have gigabit internet, and sometimes one little thing goes wrong. I had to go replace my internet switch, the cable. Like, I just tried to replace everything to make sure that I wasn't going to have that problem again. And luckily that solved it. But it was like a 2 to 3 week problem trying to troubleshoot and see where things are going. You also need a pretty good computer. When I first started, I was using a 27-inch iMac, and it was just like the lowest level iMac that you could buy, the 27-inch one, of course. And so it's a pretty good computer, but it's not like an upper echelon computer either. And when I started, during the live streams, like, that was taking every ounce of power out of that computer. I was trying one time to donate my own YouTube memberships on the stream, and it took it was ridiculous, a minute and a half for the page to load while I was live streaming on that iMac. So now I have a little bit better of a PC. I built it, well, my brother-in-law built it for me because he's good at that kind of stuff, and I can usually run like all the things I need to be doing during the live stream, but that's a cost. Like, I have 2 big monitors here, which is nice because I can see myself on the screen here. Then it can run my camera for the cards in front of me. I can have all my order information on the other screen and then the chat going. So you don't need that, but in order to have a nice setup, it's that's going to cost you money as well. I think probably in Canadian dollars, I spent in the realm of $3,000 on my setup. And that's for the microphone, for the 2 monitors, for the ring light, for the webcam that I'm using that's actually interacting with me right now. I use my iPhone 15 to record the cards, which is not the best case scenario, but it works for me right now. All the cables, the internet. I use this thing that holds my phone, so that like sits right here in front of me. And I think that's the main setup costs. It cost me about $3,000. Next, when we actually get into the selling part of it, like, where are you going to sell your stuff? I know one of my buddies on Facebook, he has a Facebook group full of Pokemon hobbyists. He runs his rip and ship right on Facebook Live, and most of the time he takes payment via e-transfer or Venmo, like, depending on where you live, just a basic money transfer to his account. However, if you want to get a little bit bigger, that's probably going to be not as easy to do and to track. So, are you going to get a website? Are you going to get a credit card thing to take credit card payments? What are you going to do? There's options. I use a Shopify site right now. Before that, when I first started, my other stuff of business was using a web hoster called ClickFunnels. So I was using that, but that wasn't really that optimal for Pokemon Rip and Ship. But ClickFunnels was $199 USD per month. Shopify, I think, is like 50 Canadian per month is what I think I'm paying right now. I probably should know that, but it's in that realm. And then I have a couple add-ons to like do extra stuff because Shopify is fairly basic up front. So basically that's costing me $75, $80, even call it $100 Canadian to run my site every month. And that's to take credit card payments, to upload my inventory, all that stuff. And to be fair, I've been able to upload my cards for sale, some sealed product for sale as well. So I'm using it for multiple purposes to actually grow the PokeOffice.com into something. But all of my live stream stuff, if you've bought from me or if you've bought from anyone else, they're using some sort of gateway to take your payment and track that inventory and the payment and all the stuff. So that's important. That's expensive. And it's also expensive in the time portion of it because I have spent a lot of time putting that website together. I'm pretty techie. I have a computer science degree, so I know what I'm doing for the most part. and it still takes so much time. You want to make the site look good. You want to get all your tax details correct. You want to get all your payment details correct. You want all your products to be up there. Even every week, as I do rip and ships now on Thursdays, 4 p.m., 7 p.m., depending on what time zone you're in. Every week, I have to upload new ideas or new products for that week specifically, and that creates creating a new picture. That takes creating a new picture. It takes adding the prices and making sure that I'm going to profit a little bit and still not gouge my customers. Got to take into consideration what we're going to talk about next, all the supplies you need, because people don't think about that. But I penny sleeve every hit that someone gets. I top load every hit that someone gets. I need the bubble mailer that goes out in the mail. I have a label printer. I need the labels for it. I need the team bags to put the cards in to make sure, like, it's crazy. There's so much stuff that kind of goes unthought about. Even the fact, like, man, I go through penny sleeves like nobody's business. I buy them in the thousands, and I'm buying them all the time. It's actually kind of crazy how much stuff I go through. The supplies are absolutely wild in the rip and ship space, because literally, now that my live stream has grown, I'm opening roughly 500 packs per week. 500 packs per week. So that means, I don't know, I probably go through like 400 to 500 penny sleeves a week, which that doesn't seem actually right. But I go through, like, if you take one of these packs, which has 100 in them, I go through 2 to 3 of them. So maybe 200 or 300. That makes more sense. Like, I'm not sleeving every single card. But if you open sets like Paldean Fates, you are sleeving almost 1 or 2 hits per pack on average, not quite. So it's crazy, even that kind of stuff. And then that's the supplies. Now into the packs. The packs, I just told you, I go through about 500 packs per week. Last week, I went through more than 500 packs. It was more like 600 packs. And here's the thing. If you're just getting started, you're probably not going to go through 500 packs every night on a live stream. But maybe you do. Maybe, who are you selling to? Where's your audience? Like, that's going to be a cost as well to figure that out. Are you going to go on Whatnot or on Drip? Or are you going to go on YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram or on Facebook? Like, there's so many different things. Fanatics, I don't even know them all. But there's so many different availabilities for you to do that. Like, for instance, if you go on Whatnot or Drip, they have the selling platform for you, so maybe that's a good option. So those are some of the decisions that you need to make. Whereas for me, I started on YouTube just making videos about a hobby that I loved, and it kind of turned into a business, and now it is slowly growing as a business. Well, actually not that slow. It's actually kind of blowing up, but it's kind of crazy. But 500 packs a week, like, you're going to get to a point where you're going through packs every week. And here's the thing. I get my payout from Shopify once a week, but then I have to pay taxes, and then I have to, like, there's so many fees and all the stuff. Fees are another thing. Fees on Shopify are something like 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction, which doesn't seem like that much, but when you're going through a couple $1,000s, 3% is a decent chunk of change every week. That's just going to merchant fees. So that's another cost that is associated with that. And as a consumer, I understand, like, man, how are people charging so much price per pack? But there's so much cost associated with that is kind of the hidden cost to actually run a rip and ship business. But then I'm trying to get here, and I keep coming up with more things. The packs cost money, especially now with the boom that Pokemon is experiencing. Like, you're certainly, hopefully not opening booster boxes to rip into packs, because booster boxes right now are just the most expensive thing on the market. But then there's sleeved booster packs, and then there's just loose booster packs, and then there's 3-pack blisters, all the things. And I try and buy any and all of it right now, just trying to continually stock. But that's a job. It's a part-time job just to keep my store stocked. Luckily, I have a little bit of a team that helps me. Like, my brother-in-law lists lots of my cards on the site, and he helps me, and my parents actually help me do the shipping. So I have a little bit of a team. If you're doing it by yourself, Like, you need to expect that you're going to spend a couple hours every week talking to people, looking at stores. If you have distribution, looking at distribution. Where can I get the next packs? Where can I get the next packs? And considering the price of Pokemon right now, what are you going to pay for a pack of Pokemon cards? It's got to be like $4 to $6 per pack. And think about that. If you're buying if you're buying 500 packs per week at, let's call it $5 a pack just for easy math, well, you're spending $2,500 a week on packs. $2,500 a week, and that's $10,000 a month. Right quick, you're going through a lot of packs. Like, that's the compound effect as you continue to grow. And I have a suspicion that if I went up to 2 live streams a week, I would probably be able to sell that many packs a second night of the week. I think that. I don't have the time for it, nor do I want to do that right now. That's not where I'm at currently for my business. But there is this growth complex of, hey, you start gathering some steam, you start gaining an audience, people who like your personality, who like buying from you, who like the vibe that your live stream gives off. Might take you a little bit of time to do that, but as that starts to grow, like, you can start going through packs right quick, and that is going to be a huge cost of doing business, both in actual money, putting dollars out per pack, and in time, because actually just sourcing packs is getting harder and harder to do, especially with these new sets coming out. Like, think about Prismatic Evolution is just going to be out of this world expensive, out of this world hard to find. And what are we going to do? I want to have Prismatic Evolution for people who want to open it on my live stream. So I kind of have to do that if I want to continue growing my live stream. Like, I don't really like supporting that level of price action in the marketplace, but I need to. That's part of the Poke Office, you know? Like, I feel like I would be letting people down if I didn't have Prismatic Evolution available. Same for Journey Together. I mean, the stuff hasn't even dropped on distribution yet, so I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem as it's making it out to seem right now, but you never know. You never know. Right quick, it sold out on Pokemon Center, the PC exclusive ETBs, the booster boxes, the sleeved, the 3-pack blisters, booster bundles, everything sold out. So is that really how it's going to continue going? Just like, honestly, 3 to 4 months ago, I could find almost every Scarlet and Violet pack available for less than $5 Canadian. And it was pretty easy to source my stuff. It's changing right now. It's really hard. People don't have packs available for any type of price. And say what you will about the scalping and about the up in the charges, but I really try hard to keep my prices really fair on my live streams, because I do it to make some money for sure, but I do it to have a good time as well. And it's hard because prices go up. I'm spending more money to source my packs, and that means the consumers who are buying packs from me are also spending more money to open packs on the live stream. So it's expensive. To put it into perspective, I just bought 200 Twilight Masquerade booster packs, and I paid $5.80 Canadian for it. Now, with those packs, probably, here's what I have to take into consideration: 2.9% transaction fees, and what else? 30 cents per transaction. And I want to make a little bit of money, and I have to sleeve them, and I have to top load them, and I need to bubble mail them. So people pay for shipping as well on my site, but I have to take all of that into consideration. So if I paid $5.80, I'm probably going to list it for $6.50 on my live stream. Probably going to make 70 cents. And then if you live in Canada, I have to charge tax to you. That's the way that Canadian tax works, from my understanding. And if you buy from me and you live in a different country, then it doesn't charge you tax, because I'm not responsible for that. So the Canadians in the group are going to be paying $6.50 plus tax plus shipping. So it's going to make me a little bit of money. But if you think about that, here's where the business part comes into play. Let's pretend that that's all I sold is I sell an average of 500 packs, and I'm about to make 70 cents per pack. I don't know what the math is on that. Let me take a quick check here. So I just checked on my calculator. 70 cents times 500 packs is I made $350. And that opening 500 packs on a live stream takes me 5-6 hours. Like I'm live from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. usually. And that doesn't include any of my time after the fact, because shipping it on Fridays after my live stream on Thursdays takes me for sure 3 hours. I go to work, come home at 3:30, and I'm at it basically until my live stream with Rob does Pokemon on Friday afternoon. It takes a long time. I'm not complaining. I love the fact that I can get paid a little bit to open Pokemon cards. I think it's absolutely amazing. I just want to set the expectation. I'm not making that much money to spend that much time doing it. Like, it's good, but it's not like get rich quick scheme good, you know? And that's the last part, is that I use all that money to go buy more packs. And yes, my inventory is growing. So I am getting ahead. There's no question about it. I'm getting ahead. The inventory is growing, but it's not like I'm just floating in cash right now. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. I continue boosting my inventory, and I have a nice collection behind me for sure. The last cost, so to speak, is your space. Right now, right here is where I keep everyone's Pokemon cards who choose the hold at the Poke Office option for shipping. The reason I do this is a couple reasons. Number one, shipping in Canada is really expensive. So I give them the option to hold it here for like as long as they want to, really. So they only have to pay for shipping a couple times rather than paying shipping every single transaction that they make. Because what happens if people who, I just bought 10 packs, but that wasn't really good enough. I'm going to go buy another 10 packs. Why should they pay for shipping twice? So that's cool. I enjoy doing that for them. It actually adds way more work for me rather than just shipping it all out all the time, trying to like manage and make sure that I get everything correct. But it takes a lot of space. It takes a lot of space. And people don't talk about that near enough sometimes. Investing in Pokemon takes space. Having Pokemon cards takes space. Having stock all around takes space. Having boxes, having bubble mailers, all the things, having that stupid, right there, the brown paper to like pack stuff and bubble wrap, all the stuff. It just all costs money. Now, should you start a Pokemon Rip and Ship? Do you want to? Like, it's really up to you. You got to be prepared to work. All these things take time. They take energy. They take resources. I made a video a week ago. Choose your heart. If that's the heart you want to choose, it's very, very rewarding. I love the relationships that I've built with live streaming, and I know people's names, and it's awesome. It's so fun. I look forward to every Thursday night. It's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work. But I get to do something that I love and make a little bit of money. So I think that is really, really cool at the same time. So it's one of those things. There's a lot of work involved. There's also a lot of opportunity. Are you going to take it? Let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Appreciate you, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace!